All right, welcome in everybody. Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the NCRA Modified Series. Midwestern drivers doing what they're doing best out here. All these guys are real-life racers in the NCRA Modified Series. Coming to us live tonight from the Queen City, the dirt track at Charlotte. Going to welcome into the booth our protege, still kind of our new guy. Been with us a couple of times. Dom, you here, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here. Glad to be back. Thank you, Roger.
Yeah, got about 13 of these cars out here, so we're going to have a short night tonight. A couple of heat races, go straight to the 50-lap feature, but still a lot of fun for these guys. And they don't do qualifying, so we're going to do something a little bit different than we normally do. We wait for qualifying to get the national anthem and everything out of the way, but we're going to go ahead and get ready to start that tonight. While these guys get ready to finish up here, we're going to do something new for Dirt Racing Network. We have tonight's invocation, followed by our national anthem.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, a big thank you to Mr. and Reverend Foley, good friends of the Dirt Racing Network. Thank them for doing the invocation and our national anthem tonight. These guys are going to get ready to go to heat races. They will skip the qualifying session, or at least they have every week up until tonight. So I expect them to jump straight to heat races. Want to make sure we thank Mel Hamilton Ford, 2M Motorsports, and Wichita Tire and Alignment. They are putting up tonight's prizes along with the Dirt Racing Network. Dirt Racing Network putting up a prize pack for Hard Charger tonight in the feature. Mel Hamilton Ford to the winner, a $50 gift card. Second place going to get $50 gift card from 2M Racing, and $25 cash to third from Wichita Tire and Alignment. We'll have a couple of heat races. Move these guys straight to the feature. Short night for us tonight. I think there's going to be some retooling in this series as it goes forward. We'll figure out. I think they're going to Lernerville next week. And we'll figure out exactly what is going to go on there. It looks like they're going to go ahead and qualify tonight. Right now, Bo Reddy, 16.6 seconds on his first lap. And he will not best that lap. 16.602. Philip Brown, a 16.636 behind that. Oh, now Ryan Gustin goes to the top of the board at 16.465 seconds. Session winding down here. I think some of the guys were staying on board with the do not qualify thing, and they were going to let it run through. But a couple of guys went out there and did it. So we're going to have a little bit of shakeup. It won't be just their regular heat racing groups. We'll get ready to get down here and go through the starting lineup. 7 cars in the first heat, 6 cars in the second heat. Do I have a lineup cam for this? Yes, I do. Starting on the pole, the Ryan Gustin in number 2 car. On his outside, going to be the 14th of Philip Brown. Row 2 on the inside, the Checkers and Wreckers, Severe Motorsports, number 9 out of Wichita, Kansas, Ryan Stillwell. And on his outside, the Giant Laundry, number 34. He hails from Hutchinson, Kansas. It's Ricky Bonham. Row 3 on the inside, the Bills Built Race Cars, McFadden Racing. He comes to us from Valley Center, Kansas. The 02 of Clint McFadden. On his outside, the Salina Speedway, number 151 from Salina, Kansas, Dustin Weigert. And on the back row by himself, the Griswold Roofing, LPR Racing, number 4 out of Derby, Kansas, Joshua Lanternman. So we've got 7 cars. Pace truck will drop in this time down the backstretch. These guys are going to go green out of turn number 4. Everybody's going to the feature. Heat racing just for dragon rights. Ready to watch the modifieds sling some dirt tonight. Guys, if you're in the chat, please say hi. Give us a like, a share, a follow. Dirt Racing Network always appreciates that. I see Mr. Scott Stiles. I wish you were here with me, buddy. Ready to go green. Turn 4 right here. Gustin and Brown. Side by side. Gustin's on the throttle. He caught Brown sleeping, and he's going to get a good jump. Lead us into turn number 1. Ryan Stillwell trying to hang on to the second spot. Gets pushed up the hill by Ricky Bonham. Bonham now slides by on the bottom side. He twists it down left into turn number 3, and he's going to run second. Stillwell back to third. Phil Brown all the way back to fourth. He's got his hands full. Clint McFadden right on his inside right there up off the corner. Watching 4th and 5th place right now. Top 3 almost under a blanket. Bonham's trying to put his nose on the inside. He drives it down in there. He's going to move him up the hill just a little bit. Gustin gets pushed to the way outside going into 3. That opens the door for Bonham if he can keep it locked down on the bottom side. He'll come out of here with the lead at the line. Half a car, Ricky Bonham. Gustin still battling off the top side. 2 distinct lines right now through 3 and 4. 4 down, 6 to go. Bonham again at the line by about 1.5 inches. Ryan Gustin really making that 2-car work up off the top side right there. That thing almost backed into the fence in the middle of the corner, and he gets a good run down the hill. Still Bonham at the line. Great race for these two out in front. Now Gustin gets a little bit of an advantage, about 1 full car heading into 3 and 4. What's he going to have when he comes out of 4 laps to go? About half a car that time. Gustin leads. Now he's got some breathing room. If he can get clear this time out of turn number 4, he may have this thing locked up. Still only half a car. Bonham really good in 3 and 4. Loses ground in 1 and 2, but he is very good at keeping that car locked in and up beside Gustin. Gustin caught the wall out of 2. That slowed him down a little bit this time. Bonham may have a big advantage coming out of turn number 4 off the bottom. He's got a full car length. 2 to go that time by. McFadden has worked his way into the 3rd spot. Stillwell in 4th. Lanternman, Brown, and Weigert rounding out the field, but we're going to watch the battle for the lead right here. They're coming to the white flag. One more time around. Bonham's got the lead. Final time down the backstretch. Heat race number 1. Gustin got a good run out of 2. He takes it ahead of Bonham into 3. Out of turn 4. Gustin picks up the win. Bonham second. Stillwell, McFadden, Lanterman, Brown, and Weigert rounding out the field. Great battle at the front. Best racing we've seen in a while.
Yeah, we might be short on racers tonight, but we definitely weren't short on action there in that heat race. Great battle.
Absolutely correct.
Gus.
All right, heat 2, getting out on the front stretch for us. On the pole, the Reddy Middleton Racing, second to none Motorsports, number 3 out of Junction City, Kansas, Bo Reddy. And on his outside, the 747, Kyler Culkin. Row 2 on the inside, Wichita Tire and Alignment, number 55 of Chris Kratzer. And on his outside, the Bill's Coins, number 98 out of Chinook, Kansas, Peyton Phillips. On the 3rd row, inside, Jacob Schmutz, the 10 car, and is Shake and Bake Racing out of Junction City, Kansas. And on his outside, the number 12 car out of Valley Center, Tanner Lennox. And on the back row by himself, the 999 car going to be Corey Sibley. 38 car, Bo Reddy. Moving to the end of the line. He was one of the cars that actually put up a qualifying time, and I believe his penalty for doing so going to relegate him to starting shotgun on the field. That's going to move Chris Kratzer to our pole. So the guys are going to go green out of 4. The pace truck going to make the hard left right here. Ten more heat racing laps about to get underway. Waiting for Mr. Kratzer to find the loud pedal. He does so. Green flag's in the air. Outside line. Big jump. He had the advantage. But Kratzer gets it back. Culkin took an advantage right there at the line. No penalty for it, but he is not going to keep it. He's going to slide back to 3rd as Peyton Phillips has gotten around him. Kratzer out front. Phillips is second. We're watching a battle 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th right here. 999 machine of Sibley went in, got out of shape. He's going to be able to hang on to it, but he's going to lose 3 spots. Culkin, across the nose of Jacob Schmutz. Backs the car out, gets it facing the right way. He's going to be back underway. That is going to move Schmutz into 3rd. Tanner Lennox at white, purple, and green car. As you see the 999 of Sibley catch the fence in 3 and 4. He sits in 4th. Tanner Lennox right here, the 12 car. It's actually, I believe, the 14 on the side of it. He is trying to run down Jacob Schmutz. Peyton Phillips trying to catch our leader, Chris Kratzer. 4 down, 6 to go. Kratzer using about a lane and a half down off the top side. Looks like the 55 car is sticking like glue right now. Almost picking the left front up. Back down the back stretch. 4 to go this time out of turns 3 and 4. Phillips is really using the bottom well, and he's starting to close the gap just a little bit. Picked up about a car length in this last lap. Going to have to do a little bit better if he wants to catch the leader there and maybe steal the heat race win. Backstretch starting to develop a couple of ruts right in the middle. You saw the 55 car hopping and bopping down the backstretch. We'll drop back here. Take a look at 3rd. Jacob Schmutz still. The blue number 10 car still sits there. Lennox behind that, but Bo Reddy started shotgun on the field, and he's working his way into this battle for 3rd and 4th. He sits 5th right now, the 38 machine. 2 to go this time out of turn 4 for our 2 leaders. Sibley gotten that 999 car under control. Culkin fell from the front row all the way back to 7th now, but Chris Kratzer coming out of turn number 4. You're going to see the white flag. Comfortable lead over Peyton Phillips. Final time, 3 and 4, checkered flag in hand. Flagman shows him. Chris Kratzer. Heat race number 2 winner, Peyton Phillips. Jacob Schmutz, Tanner Lennox, Bo Reddy, Corey Sibley, and Kyler Culkin. Rounding that out. These guys are going to have a few minutes of warm-up here. We're going to jump straight to the warm-up. They're going to get ready for their feature race. We'll see how long they run this. But while they do that, you guys can check this out.
Got a country swagger, keep the music turned up and got moves like Haggard. You can find us hanging out every night. It's a little bucked up, but we're all alright. Don't hurt the drain. Hey, let me hear you sing that I do what I want, do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, 'cause thanks to them, I'm a big old star. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It's a day in the life of a hillbilly rock star. Hillbilly rock star.
All right, big shout out to Tim at Tim Sims. Very, very good supporter of the Dirt Racing Network. Sim racing in general. Watching some of these guys out here in their warm-up session now. I know a lot of these guys, or at least a few of these guys, are probably heading to Salina this weekend. Salina Speedway opening up for racing, and they're going to be taking the modifieds up there. I personally am going to be heading to Lawton Speedway down in Lawton, Oklahoma. They got a couple of classes of modifieds. I think mini stocks and the 305's Race Saver Sprint's going to be down there. So as long as we don't all get rained out, there'll be some racing this weekend. Found out earlier today also that the All-Star Circuit of Champions is going to be making a swing here through the Midwest. 3 stops in Oklahoma and 1 at 81 Speedway up in Wichita, Kansas. That's going to be June the 4th through the 7th. I intend on making a couple of those, so if you're going to be at one, be sure you let us know here. We'll try to meet up with you. It's going to be good to be getting back out there smelling the race fuel and eating the dirt while you're drinking your beer, eating your nachos. Just glad that the quarantine stuff is starting to lighten up a little bit too, because that was just getting a little bit old. But we appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. Big thank you to Mel Hamilton Ford, 2M Motorsports, and Wichita Tire and Alignment for putting all this together, putting it on, giving out some prizes to these guys. Everybody likes to get stuff, and these guys are working hard here in the sim world. They're going to be getting to it in the real world here pretty quick. I don't know if all of them are going or not, but I know a few of them were talking about it a little bit ago. So I think Mr. Kratzer, he's not racing necessarily this weekend, but I think he is going up to Iowa to work with Mr. Gustin, racing his car up in the state of Iowa this weekend. Had a little phone conversation with Chris earlier and figuring out where everybody was going to be. Just a few more minutes here. We'll get ready to put these guys out for the feature. I think they're just trying to work the track back down. Widen it out just a little bit. Move those goofballs up there to the very outside of the track and see if we can get a couple of two wide lines or maybe even a 3 wide racing groove here for this feature. Make this 50 laps quick and exciting for you. Doesn't matter if you're on Twitch, YouTube, or any of the Facebook pages. Please say hi in the chat. Give us a like, a share, and a follow. What do you think, Dom? What's it going to be like out here tonight? We're going to have some 3 wide racing? Oh, he might have been taking a break, and I might have caught him taking a drink or something.
I'm here. Hopefully it's going to be just like our first heat race. Competitive all throughout. I mean, no matter where you looked, up front, back to 6th or 7th, it was pretty competitive. So hopefully we get the same type of track here in the feature.
Yeah, a little 2 and 3 wide race. I think we're going to see about 3 or 4 guys, battling for each of the positions out there. It's going to be a pretty exciting race. This track, once you get it smoothed out, it's very racy on many lines out here. So up on the top, it'll get a little rough down the backstretch. There'll be some bumps that develop, and we'll see some cars kind of bouncing as they head down into turn 3. But that'll slow them. Go ahead.
You mentioned that in the second heat race, you can kind of see it starting to develop, and maybe even a little bit right there.
Yeah,
I'm watching Jacob's.
I think it'll slow these guys down a little bit too on that top line, and that'll let that bottom line come right back up to them and make it, pretty competitive right there. Just watching, they've taken what was a very dark racetrack, and they have moved that line all the way up against the fence in both corners. Starting to show a little bit of slicking off right at the entry in 1, and the same line in turn 3 down there. But the rest of the track looks like it is just nice and smooth. Got a bunch of grip left in it. A couple of pirouettes going on there in turn 2. 747 car of Kyler Calkin, and I'm not sure who the other one was, but a little synchronized dancing or something when they were doing out there. Thanks for the thumb up, Nathan. Appreciate it greatly. Don't forget, like, shares, follows. Go to the Dirt Racing Network on Facebook. Give us a follow. You'll know every time we go live. I will say tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, Mike Peterson will be back in the booth with you. Wicked Energy Gum 410 Outlaw Series. Guys racing for cash money in the 410 Wing Sprint cars. They're going to be right back here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Round number 3 for that series. They've got a big event coming up June the 25th, the Jason Johnson Memorial, presented by FK Rod Ends. You're going to be racing for over $1,000 in cash and more than that in the prizes that are being added. Be right here live on the Thursday night, June 25th. And then this Friday, Flat Out Sim Series from Williams Grove once again. All the Williams Grove locals getting back at it since they can't go racing just yet. So they'll be back in here sim racing again. We'll be covering that for them. And we'll go start our week over. We hope to have a permanent schedule for the next 3 months posted this weekend if we can get all the confirmations and everything wrapped up with all of the series so that we can add them all into our schedule so everybody can see that. We're going to replace our banner at the top with our weekly schedule. 2 shows on Sundays, 2 shows on Mondays, 1 on Wednesday, 1 on Thursday, 1 on Friday, at least for the foreseeable future. So the warm-up session about to wind down. We're going to see these guys get out here 50 laps. Message from Mr. Steinke telling me he posted his pictures of all of his championship plaques. So I'm going to get those up on the Dirt Slingers Racing League page here shortly. Just about time to go racing. Don't forget these guys are racing for a $50 gift card for the winner from Mel Hamilton Ford. $50 to second place in a gift card from 2M Motorsports, and $25 in cash for third from Wichita Tire and Alignment. And then a hard charger for the race, going to pick up a prize pack from Tim Sims and the Dirt Racing Network. Mr. Kratzer already has those in hand. Roll this thing over, get ready to go to the feature race. 14 cars. Going to get out here. It'll be Ryan Gustin on the pole. Chris Kratzer to his outside. Row 2 will be Ricky Bonham and Peyton Phillips. Clint McFadden and Jacob Schmutz in row number 3. Row 4 will be Ryan Stillwell and Tanner Lennox. Fifth row will have Josh Lanternman and Bo Reddy. Row 6 going to be Philip Brown and Corey Sibley. And the back row, Dustin Weigert and Kyler Culkin. Cars lined up 2 by 2, waiting for the pace truck to roll them off. 2 pace laps and then 50 green flag laps for these guys. All right. Next time, out of turn 4. They will start pounding the ground. Get ready, see Mr. Gustin trying to figure out where all the sticky stuff's going to be. Pace truck will make the hard left right here in the middle of the backstretch. Field will be handed over to our pole sitter. $50 laps, NCRA Modifieds underway right here at the dirt track at Charlotte. And Gustin got a big jump. He is going to be way out in front of this thing down the backstretch. Right now, the battles for second and for fourth. Bonham and Kratzer battling for second. Phillips and McFadden battling for the fourth position right behind them. They're 2 wide, 2 deep. Rest of the field starting to slink out and get a little more single file as we move back here. Tanner Lennox up on the top side. He is right behind Ryan Stillwell, and he has got Lanterman on the inside. 999 car of Sibley was inside Bo Reddy. He stays right there. Go back to the battle for second and third. That is over. Kratzer now has it. Here comes Phillips. Tried to slide Bonham. Bonham clips the fence, clips Phillips. That allows Clint McFadden to get by. Now Bonham goes in, a little tap there. Oh, Kratzer went for the lead on the slide job. Couldn't make it stick until it hit the fence. He stuck it there for a couple of seconds. That's going to allow Gustin to stay out in front. Now Kratzer's got his hands full with McFadden. McFadden had the spot at the line. Clint McFadden working the bottom side. Right beside the 55 of Kratzer. Kratzer's trying to make the momentum line work to his advantage. Still side by side that lap. Now McFadden slides it up the hill, backed it off just a little bit, and he's going to fall back in line. Kratzer had second to himself down the backstretch. Right back beside, seems like 3 and 4. That inside line just way faster. And 1 and 2, the high line is a lot quicker. Peyton Phillips back here in 4th. Ryan Stillwell in the 5th spot. Tanner Lennox behind that. Bo Reddy and Ricky Bonham were battling. Landerman way out of shape. 4-car going to fall back. We'll get to him in a moment. We're watching a battle right there. Ricky Bonham's car possibly damaged. He is having a hard time with that car down in the center of the corner, getting it to square up. Sibley's behind that. Then Brown, Schmutz, Culkin, Landerman runs in the 13th spot, and Weigert way back in 14th. He's in the middle of turns 3 and 4, and the leaders are coming out of turn 2. Ryan Gustin still in front of this one. He is almost a full second ahead of Kratzer, and Kratzer's still got his hands full with McFadden. Working lap number 10. Been green the whole way. Now McFadden goes to the bottom. Can he make up ground here? No, not that time. Actually loses about a car length. Stillwell, the 9X car, starting to close in. On the back of the O2 car of McFadden. Single file through the top 6. All the way back to Tanner Lennox. Bo Reddy, side-by-side battle Ricky Bonham. Bonham now has the car underneath him, got whatever the problem was figured out, and he's starting to march back to the front, and he rockets out of the bottom of turn 2. He takes over the 7th spot, move Reddy back to 8th. Sibley still 9th. Phil Brown still in the 10th spot. 1.5 seconds, Ryan Gustin in front of Chris Kratzer. McFadden right back to pushing on the back of the 55 car. Goes for the slider in 3 and 4. They're going to trade it right back on the exit. Kratzer holds on to second. These two battles allowed Stillwell to close in within about 4 car lengths. You can see what I was talking about, the humps down the backstretch. These guys starting to bounce around. I don't know who you're watching, Dom, but I'm watching these guys 2nd, 3rd, and 4th right here, and every time they hit down the backstretch, it looks like all 4 tires are just leaving the ground. Still Gustin, then Kratzer, McFadden, Stillwell. Those 3 almost under a blanket. Very tight racing right there. Now Peyton Phillips. Tanner Lennox has caught up to him. That's 5th and 6th. Bonham trying to close the gap, but he can't shake Reddy. Reddy went to the bottom in 3 and 4. He lost some ground on the exit, about 4 car lengths that time. Kratzer still hanging on to second. I thought Stillwell was going to go for the slider. He found grip at the exit of 4. He ekes out in front of McFadden for the time being. Now loses all of that back in 1 and 2. Different line in 1 and 2 than it is in 3 and 4 for sure. If you want to be fast on the exit. Kratzer and McFadden still linked up nose to tail. Caution for the first time. 20 laps in the books. I'm not sure if it's a 747 car or not, but we'll take a look here. He may have come upon someone who was sideways. Yeah, right there, the 999 car of Corey Sibley is who we need to go take a look at as he took that car into the infield. Oh, Sibley got in the back of a Lanternman right there. Gets a little help down in 3, but he kept the car pretty much straight. I think he's going to find trouble right there as Lanternman got into Brown. That ends up turning cars sideways, and with traffic coming, we're going to get a caution out of that. So 20 in the books, almost made it to halfway without a caution, Dom. I think I lost him again. All right. Gustin, Kratzer, McFadden, Stillwell, Lennox, the top 5. Phillips, Reddy, Bonham, Brown, and Schmutz, the top 10. 14 car getting his spot back. The incident not his fault. So they'll get lined up 2 by 2. We'll go back to green. 30 laps to go still in this one. No Scott King. This is a fixed setup. These guys have tested since Thursday last week. Turned the setup over. Oh, early start right there for Gustin. Almost caught Kratzer completely asleep, and McFadden was almost able to get around Kratzer right at the start. Slide job didn't work for McFadden, but he's going to hang on to third temporarily. Stillwell now has a nose up on the top side in 3 and 4. Battle's going to be for third. Stillwell had it at the line by about 1.5 feet. Now he tries to cut. Couldn't get down to the bottom that time. McFadden takes the spot back, and he goes to the top side. Here comes Peyton Phillips. Phillips has found good bite right there on the exit of the corner in turn 4. You just got to be on a different line in 1 and 2 than you do in 3 and 4 to be fast here, but he's going to take spot away from Stillwell. Stillwell going backwards after the restart. He's lost spot to McFadden and to Phillips. Now gets the spot back in 3 and 4. These two going to start battling over 4th and 5th. Battle for the lead. Kratzer, slider across. McFadden almost had Gustin blocked in, and he lets him escape and get back to the front. Kratzer had a good run last time down in 1 and 2, and he took a chance and just couldn't use McFadden as a pick. Contact behind Stillwell, McFadden, Phillips, all making contact. Everybody gets them squared away. That's going to create a bit of a hornet's nest here as you see Lennox take it all the way up. Stillwell finds the outside wall. Gets a little shove from Bonham behind. He flips the car over. That ought to trigger us a caution, I would think. It doesn't look like he's going to. He lands on his wheels. He's probably going to drive away unless he's still in the track here. Nope, he's facing the right way. They're going to stay green. 26 down. Still Gustin out in front. Kratzer now Reddy runs third ahead of Phillips. McFadden back to 5th. Lanternman up to 6th. Tanner Lennox running 7th. Schmutz 8th. Weigert 9th. Phillip Brown 10th. Ricky Bonham 11th. Stillwell's got the car facing the right way, missing the entire front end, and he runs 12th. Sibley in the 13th spot, and Culkin's car is 14th. Now battle for second. Bo Reddy has run down Chris Kratzer, and he is putting some pressure in. He is finding grip off the bottom of turn 2. The 38 car of Bo Reddy. After the halfway point, finding a little bit of rhythm and a lot of momentum. Slide job up the hill. Kratzer just drove it right on by. Just enough room to get there, and he took it. Everybody chasing Ryan Gustin, and Gustin has got that thing up against the outside fence car backwards. Peyton Phillips, the 98 car. See what happened to Peyton. He's racing with Josh Lanternman right here. Oh, drives it in deep, and McFadden was trying to keep it on the bottom. Got a little spear action going from Phillips right there. Speared him right in the driver's door. Yeah, there's been some good battles all over the track, James. We just only have a limited amount of camera work to keep up with all of it. All right, let's get our top 10. Gustin, Reddy, Kratzer, your top 3. McFadden, Lanternman, Phillips, Lennox, Schmutz, Brown, and Weigert. Are you back, Dom? Dominic, are you there? There's no way he fell asleep, folks. I promise you. It's just too exciting a racing for him to fall asleep. Oh, he must have had a problem. Disconnected from the server. Maybe he couldn't talk. Maybe his microphone locked up. Somebody else told me that theirs locked up earlier, too. We'll see if he comes back. All right, lights going to go off on the pace truck. They're going to spread out 2 by 2. Double file restarts. 20 laps to go. Hey, Dom's back. You back with me, Dom? We'll see. Must be having microphone problems. The green flag is in the air. Gustin with another great start. Already clipped the fence down the front stretch, but it isn't going to slow him up much. He's going to come out of turn 2 with McFadden hot on his heels. Running second. Kratzer on the inside had third. That might be going away right here as McFadden works to the high side. Now McFadden and Kratzer battling for third. Kratzer got a good run off the bottom of 2. Door shut just a little bit on him going into 3 and 4. Now McFadden cuts under ready. Move McFadden into the second spot. He's going to focus on Gustin. If he can put Ready in the rear view, which he does, now he can focus on chasing down the 2 car of Gustin. Caution, and that's going to help him a little bit. Dusty Weigert sitting in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Something happened and knocked the entire front end off of that car, because right here he still got it. But when that car came to rest, he didn't have any sheet metal on the nose. 10 car was out of shape. He tried to drive in under him, gets right rear hooked. Okay, I was wondering what happened right there. That was just him trying to get around the field, and he clipped the tire. All right, lights should go off on the pace truck this time. They do. They'll get double file. We'll get ready to restart. 17 laps to go. Gustin, McFadden, Ready, Kratzer, Lennox, the top 5. Good start for Gustin. McFadden was ready with him. Ryan Gustin able to keep the lead. He has led every lap of this thing. He's going to hang on to it over Clint McFadden, at least for the time being. McFadden moved down the line. We're going to watch Bo Ready right here. He's in the 3rd position. He's running right through the middle of 3 and 4. Does the same in 1 and 2. Kratzer trying to go high. We've got car backwards. Mr. Weigert's car in the infield. I don't know if that was trying to avoid something or if he was in the middle of it. Looks like Bonham and Stillwell touched. That just started kind of a chain reaction. He went in. Stillwell's car, or Bonham's car, excuse me, rolled over. Playing the old turtle shell game.
Hey, Roger, you got me?
I got you now, buddy. Welcome back.
Hey, thank you. I've been here. I just don't know what's been going on with the microphone. So I've been watching, just haven't been able to talk.
God, well, I thought it was a microphone problem. I know somebody else said they were having a microphone problem. It locked up on them or something earlier. So.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened to me.
Yeah. Been kind of exciting. Been some good racing up towards the front. I was asking earlier if you were watching anybody in particular. The cars are just bouncing going down the backstretch.
Yeah, I was watching that battle back earlier, about 5th, 6th, 7th on. They were bouncing all over each other, but kind of settled down after a while. But yeah, good racing throughout, kind of like we hoped.
Yeah, it's been great racing from the front to the back. I mean, guys that were at the back have worked their way back to the front. I mean, McFadden spun earlier and moved way back right around 10th, and now he's back here battling for the lead. I mean, everybody's chasing Gustin. But Bo Reddy's worked his way up here. So 15 laps to go. We'll see who's got what left in the tank. They're going to go green out of turn number 4. This time, Gustin and McFadden off the front row. Oh, McFadden tried to time it. Gustin waited a second. As soon as that car twitched, he said, well, I'll let him settle, and then I'll do my thing, and he's going to keep the lead. Good little restart game there from Mr. Gustin. McFadden comes away second. Reddy battling on the inside of Kratzer for that third spot. And then Josh Landerman, the 4 car, having trouble early in the race. Now has worked his way inside the top 5 late in the going here. Great battle for third right here. Side by side. And these guys have been side by side since we dropped the green flag 2 laps ago. 13 laps left on the board. McFadden looked to the inside for just a second on Gustin. Now he goes top shelf. We'll see if he's got to run out of turn 2. Gustin just too much off the bottom. Gustin has found something down on the low side now. McFadden made up ground in 3 and 4 through the middle. We'll see what happens in 1 and 2. He's got the nose to the outside right there. Good run down the backstretch. Now Gustin up the hill, clips the fence. New leader, Clint McFadden. First time tonight, anybody but Ryan Gustin has been out front. He's going to do it with 11 laps to go. Chris Kratzer is now in the third, but Landerman's putting all kinds of pressure on him. He's got the nose inside going into 3 and 4. Tanner Lennox right down on the bottom. Now Landerman slides across the nose of the 55 car. Make him third at the line that time by, and he's going to get away out of turn 2. Side by side again. Good battles all over the place. McFadden is starting to get away from Gustin here in the late going. He has found something running right through the middle. The 2 car of Clint McFadden. See if he's got enough to hang on for 8 more laps and bring this home. We're watching Josh Landerman in third now ahead of Chris Kratzer. Kratzer's got Schmutz, the 10 car on the inside. That's for 4th and 5th, but Clint McFadden over 3/4 of a second ahead of Gustin. Gustin clipped the fence again. That's going to make it nearly a full second at the line. McFadden worked his way up here. Now that he's got the lead, he is streaking away from these guys. And he is taking that car right through the middle. 6 laps to go. Landerman in third. Kratzer, Schmutz. Just getting here. Let's take a quick ride with Schmutz as he's got Landerman and Kratzer in front of him. Trying to keep the 10 car down on the bottom and find some grip out of the corners. Still McFadden, Gustin, Landerman, Kratzer were on board with Schmutz right there. 4 to go this time. Schmutz now gets around Kratzer for the 4th spot. Ryan Gustin up to the top, still chasing McFadden. McFadden got around him, pulled it out to about a second, and he's pretty much parked it right there. 3 laps to go this time. We're going to stay on the leader. Clint McFadden will see 2 to go from the flagman out of turns 3 and 4. Now Gustin found a little something. He closed about 8 car lengths in that last lap. We'll see if Ryan Gustin found something running the cushion. Might run out of time. Just over 1 lap to go. Finds the fence. That probably seals the deal right there. Clint McFadden sees the white flag one more time around. Still Gustin in second. Lanternman has gotten around into third. Schmutz fourth. Stillwell fifth. Kratzer and Phillips battling for sixth. But out of turn number 4. Final time tonight. Your winner, Clint McFadden. He's going to have Ryan Gustin and Josh Lanternman on the podium with him. We'll try to get these guys into the chat. I know I saw Clint was in there. And Josh is here. I do not see Ryan Gustin. We may not get to talk to second place tonight. But we'll get to talk to our winner and our third place driver for sure tonight, as they pull them around on the front stretch for us. Well, at least Mr. McFadden pulled it around here on the front stretch for us. And we greatly appreciate that. So let's grab Josh Lanternman. We don't have his car on the screen. I think he took his straight to the pits. Josh, you there, buddy?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
All right, man. Well, a heck of a race tonight. I don't remember exactly where you started, but I remember it was not at the front. And you bring that thing home third tonight, man. Talk to us about the run through the field and how the track changed for you.
Yeah, it was really good, actually. I just found the middle and stayed, I think, 9th, and just worked the middle and got really good there, racing with Tanner and Peyton, and that was probably the most fun I've had racing in this league here, so that was a good time for sure.
Yeah, 50 laps, and here it goes by pretty quick, and you guys knocked off 20 laps before you had your first caution. Is it good to get a break kind of around that time, be able to just, take a deep breath and relax a little bit?
It was definitely good for me because I had just messed up and fell back to like 12th, so it was definitely good for me, and then worked my way back up through the middle, so definitely a good night, and now I can't wait to jump in the big car this weekend and see what we can do.
So are you going to Salina then?
Yes, well, that is the plan as of now to go to Salina. So I'm ready. This iRacing deal has been fun. I finally got competitive, which is nice because it's not much fun running in the back. But I'm ready to hop in the big car and see what we can do.
Well, you'll have to let everybody know how all you guys did up there this weekend, man. Who helps you get it done out here? And we'll let you go celebrate a great run.
Yeah, for sure. I got to thank, obviously, you for putting it on. It's fun. I know Chevy started this deal. Obviously, all the sponsors on my big car, and getting this wrap on here has been pretty cool. The Bills Built car, Slime Engines, is, like I said, helped me from the start. So hopefully we can carry some momentum into this weekend.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and good luck up there this weekend, and hopefully we'll do this again next week. Maybe you'll be able to be here.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, third place, Josh Lanternman. We do not have second place, Ryan Gustin, but, man, he led a lot of this race, and he came home second tonight. I'm sure he's pretty excited about just having a good run. Sure, he would have liked to have competed a little more closely with Clint for that win, but it was fun having him in here. We'll move tonight's winner in the channel with us. Make sure his levels are good. Clint McFadden, you got a copy?
Yeah, how's it going?
Man, it's going pretty good up here, but I'm sure it's going great down there in Victory Lane, man. Talk to us about this race and how you picked up the win tonight.
Oh, yeah. It was a good race. Kind of fell back there a little bit. Guy trying to pass me, I think, early on kind of made me fall back, but was able to catch back up and get back up towards the front, and just kind of had to keep looking around on the yellows, and I could tell the top was going away a little bit, and I could still see a little grip there in the middle, and so that last restart, that's kind of what I stuck with and seemed to hold off and get to what W.
Yeah, Gustin led almost every lap, and as soon as you got around him, you just drove away. What did you find that no one else was able to come up with out there?
I just that groove, the groove in the middle. That top was fast, but it started to slick up, and you had to run it on the wall all the way around, and just the momentum and the distance you had to travel on the top, that I was able to cut through the slick there on entry and catch the grip in the middle coming off, and it just kind of shortened the distance up, and I think that's what got her down.
Well, fantastic. When are you going out to Salina racing this weekend?
I am not racing in Salina. My first race will be the late model, and so that'll be June 4th.
June. Where's that going to be?
Caney, Kansas.
Caney Valley.
Caney Valley Speedway, and then we'll race Saturday at 81 with the late models.
All right, man. Well, keep everybody informed of how you're doing and who's helping you get it done out here in the sim world and the real world, and we'll let you celebrate a hard-earned victory tonight, buddy.
Oh, just everybody. Advanced Performance Racing Engines, Motorsports, B2 Race Components, Jester King Customs, Ryan Hill Senior Insurance Consultants, Bosley Tire, Bill's Built Race Cars, and Decker Financial.
All right, man. Congratulations on a great win again, and we look forward to seeing you next week, bud.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for hosting.
Clint McFadden, your winner tonight. Run down the final results here real quick. McFadden wins it. Gustin was second. Josh Landerman in third. Jacob Schmutz fourth. Ryan Stillwell comes home fifth. Chris Kratzer, after battling inside the top three most of the race, falls to sixth. Peyton Phillips seventh. Corey Sibley 8th, Tanner Lennox 9th, Bo Reddy was 10th, Dusty Weigert 11th, Phil Brown came home 12th, Kyler Calkin, newcomer to the series, finishes 13th, and Ricky Bonham had a tough night tonight. He finishes 14th. We're used to seeing Ricky a little closer to the front in these. What'd you think, Dom?
I think we were worried about how many cars to begin with, but I think it definitely didn't disappoint. A lot of good racing and exciting racing.
Yeah, a lot of close side-by-side, a lot of slide job racing, and a very exciting race for such a small field. But, hey, sometimes great things come in small packages. So that was a fantastic race. Congratulations again to Clint McFadden. I want to make sure that I thank everybody, NCRA, for letting us put these on. Chevy for getting it started, and Chris for taking it over, and we're going to see how long we can keep this thing going, even if we have to make some other adjustments. But having a lot of fun with it. It's great to see some of the bigger cars in here on the Dirt Racing Network. I'm having a blast with it. I appreciate Dom being in the booth with me. Don't forget, tomorrow night, folks, a Wicked Energy Gun 410 Outlaw Series with the Dirt Slingers Racing League. Mike Peterson back in the booth on the call with you. I'll be attending to my admin duties. And then Friday night, Flat Out Sim Series. 410 sprint cars from Williams Grove. All the Williams Grove regulars will be there. Always a good time with those guys. They put on one heck of a show at their home track. And I'll be back on the call with that. So until we see you again, for myself and Mike Peterson, here at the Dirt Racing Network, thanks for tuning in, guys. Till next time, everybody keep it dirty. Good night.